Most football legends have one golden era that defines their legacy. Ronaldinho had his Barcelona magic. Ronaldo dominated the late 90s. Cruyff revolutionized the 70s. But Lionel Messi? He didn't just peak once. He evolved through four completely separate career phases, each time becoming something football had never witnessed before. While other players fade after their prime, Messi rewrote the rules of aging, tactics, and what it means to be the greatest. This isn't the story of one man's peak. It's the tale of a footballer who refused to be defined by a single era. The year 2008 changed everything for Barcelona and football itself. Pep Guardiola had just taken over as manager, and his first move shocked everyone. He shipped out superstars like Ronaldinho and Deco, betting everything on a skinny 21-year-old Argentine who was still finding his place in the team. Most thought Guardiola had lost his mind. But then came that Clásico against Real Madrid at the Santiago Bernabéu, and Pep unleashed his secret weapon. Messi, who had been playing on the right wing, suddenly appeared in the center as a false nine. The concept didn't even have a name yet, but what happened next would revolutionize modern football forever. Madrid's defenders had no clue what to do. When Messi dropped deep, should they follow him and leave gaps behind? When he drifted wide, who was supposed to track him? The confusion was beautiful chaos, and Messi thrived in it. That season, he exploded for 38 goals and 19 assists in 51 games, his first time hitting the 30-goal mark. But the real madness was still coming. The 2010-11 Barcelona team became the most complete side football has ever seen, with Messi as their conductor. He hit 53 goals that season, but the numbers barely told the story. That Champions League final against Manchester United at Wembley wasn't just a victory, it was a masterclass that left Rio Ferdinand admitting years later that it was the only time in his career he felt completely helpless. Then came 2011-12, and Messi did something that still seems impossible today. 91 goals in a calendar year. Let that sink in. While other players celebrated scoring 20 goals in a season, Messi was putting up video game numbers in real life. 13 Champions League goals, 59 in La Liga, 12 for Argentina. The man was scoring for fun. 5 goals against Bayer Leverkusen in one Champions League match, 9 hat-tricks that season alone. It was like watching someone play FIFA on beginner mode, except this was happening against the world's best defenders. But then Guardiola left Barcelona in 2012 and the vultures started circling. Critics had been whispering for years that Messi was just a system player, that he only looked good because Pep had built the perfect machine around him. When Barcelona struggled in the following seasons, those whispers became shouts. Messi can't do it without Guardiola, they said. He's finished without the right system, they claimed. The doubters thought they had finally exposed the truth about the Argentine wizard. They had no idea what was coming next. Neymar arrived in 2013, Suarez in 2014, and suddenly Barcelona had the most terrifying front three the sport had ever witnessed. MSN wasn't just an acronym. It became a nightmare for every defense in Europe. Messi moved to the right wing, Suarez dominated the center, and Neymar terrorized from the left. Together, they scored 364 goals and provided 171 assists over 3 seasons. That's not a typo. In 2014-15 alone, they combined for 122 goals and 64 assists while winning the treble. Messi himself contributed 58 goals and 28 assists that season. But here's the crazy part. He was also creating 143 chances for his teammates. This version of Messi was different from the false nine destroyer. He became the controller of chaos, the puppet master pulling strings, while Neymar and Suarez finished the moves. That goal against Bayern Munich, where he left Jerome Boateng on the ground, that wasn't just skill, that was psychological warfare. Boateng was one of the world's best center-backs, and Messi made him look like a Sunday league player. The MSN era saw Barcelona beat the champions of England, France, Germany, and Italy all in the same Champions League run. They weren't just winning, they were collecting the scalps of Europe's elite. But success came with a price. Critics started saying Messi couldn't do it alone anymore, that he needed Neymar and Suarez to unlock his brilliance. When Neymar shocked the world by leaving for PSG in 2017, those critics got even louder. Then Xavi and Iniesta, the midfield magicians who had supported Messi for years, also departed. Luis Suarez was aging, the defense was crumbling, and Barcelona looked like a shadow of their former selves. At 31, Messi faced the ultimate test. Could he carry an entire club on his shoulders? The 2018-19 season answered that question with a resounding yes. This was Messi at his most complete, his most devastating. 51 goals and 19 assists in 50 games, dragging Barcelona to La Liga glory almost single-handedly. He scored 8 free kicks that season. Most players don't score 8 free kicks in their entire careers. In the Champions League, he was untouchable, scoring incredible goals against Liverpool and Manchester United that reminded everyone why he was still the king. The ball seemed glued to his feet, every touch deliberate, every pass calculated to destroy the opposition. But then came Anfield, and everything fell apart. Barcelona had a 3-goal lead against Liverpool in the Champions League semi-final, and somehow, impossibly, they threw it all away. The Copa del Rey final loss to Valencia made it even worse. Messi had given everything, proven he could lead alone, but the team around him had crumbled when it mattered most. The devastation was written all over his face. He had conquered La Liga, dominated Europe individually, but the collective failures haunted him, and looming over everything was the curse that had followed him his entire career. For Argentina, Messi was both savior and scapegoat. The 2014 World Cup final loss to Germany. Back-to-back Copa America final defeats in 2015 and 2016. Every time he got close with his national team, something went wrong. The criticism was brutal. How could the greatest club player ever keep failing with Argentina? Some fans burned his jersey, others questioned his commitment to the national team. The pressure was suffocating, and by 2021, many thought Messi's international dreams were over. He was 34, time was running out, and the curse seemed unbreakable. But then something magical happened. Under coach Lionel Scaloni, Argentina found their rhythm. With Emiliano Martinez in goal, Rodrigo de Paul in midfield, and Angel Di Maria providing experience, the team finally had the balance they needed. The 2021 Copa America became Messi's moment of redemption. When he finally lifted that trophy, the emotion was overwhelming. Tears streaming down his face, the weight of 28 years of disappointment lifting from his shoulders. But this was just the beginning of the final act. The 2022 World Cup in Qatar seemed like Messi's last chance. At 35, he wasn't the explosive sprinter who had terrorized defenses in his 20s. He couldn't run for 90 minutes like he used to. The younger generation was taking over: Mbappe, Haaland, Vinicius Jr. Many wondered if Messi's legs could carry him through 7 grueling World Cup matches. But this version of Messi was different. He had evolved again, becoming the wizard who didn't need speed to cast his spells. Every touch had meaning now. Every pass was designed to unlock defenses. He moved like a chess grandmaster, 3 steps ahead of everyone else on the pitch. The World Cup final against France was pure poetry. Mbappe scored a hat-trick, matching Messi's brilliance goal for goal. The game went to penalties, the cruelest way to decide football's biggest prize. But this time, Argentina held their nerve. Gonzalo Montiel scored the winning penalty, and Messi finally had his World Cup. At 35, when most players are thinking about retirement, he had conquered the only mountain left to climb. The numbers tell an incredible story. Over 1,095 appearances, 858 goals, 381 assists, and 4 distinct evolutionary phases. The false 9, revolutionary, who changed tactical thinking forever. The MSN controller who orchestrated the most lethal front 3 ever assembled. The solo leader who carried a crumbling Barcelona to new heights. And finally, the World Cup wizard who defied age and expectations to complete football's ultimate collection. Messi didn't just adapt to different eras, he defined them. Young talents like Haaland, Mbappe, and Bellingham are already being hailed as the future, but here's the truth that no one wants to admit. They might become great, they might even become legends, but they'll never replicate what Messi accomplished. His 4-phase evolution across nearly 2 decades is unrepeatable. The game has changed too much, players peak earlier and decline faster, and the tactical innovations that made Messi's journey possible can't be recreated in today's football landscape. We witnessed something unique, something that transcended sport itself. There will be great players again, maybe even better goal scorers or more skillful dribblers. But there will never be another player who redefines excellence 4 separate times across 20 years. Messi completed football and left nothing for anyone else to conquer.